Hello, welcome to the Driven to Compete channel. Man, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning. But before I get started on that, let me just give a shout out to all the folks out here watching the videos that are stuck at home during this COVID-19 coronavirus scare. I just want to give a shout out to you and let you know that you're not alone. I'm going stir crazy probably just as much as you are, and it really sucks not having an income at the moment. It's kind of a scary times for us. But I find myself doing what I'm doing right now, which is I'm making a video. I see myself watching videos to kill time throughout the day. So I hope you enjoy this video as much as I'm going to enjoy making it. With that said, hit that subscribe button. Check out the channel, please. And hey, if you like it, share it with your friends. With that said, here's where we're at today. I've got a MK7 Golf R behind me. I bought the thing in August of 19. Had like 9,400 miles on it. And I've slowly started to do things to it. And as I learned more about the car, I realized somebody had already put a Revo downpipe on it, and it already had some type of a tune in it that I wasn't aware of. And let me tell you, it was not a great tune. It's been temperamental to say the least. So I started doing some research. How do I fix that? Well, I have to go full stage 2 because it is a high flow downpipe with a high flow cat. That said, what do we need to do? Well, you need to modify your cold air intake, which I have a previous video on my site talking about doing so. And then you need to do an intercooler and tuning. And I chose to do this right here. So let me just show you my project. So here it is. And it is, has the, like I said, the factory intercooler in it, factory piping on it. We're going to modify that. We're going to take the whole front of the car off, and literally I expect this to take a good bit of time to do so. So I'm not going to show you every step through this video, but I want to share with you my excitement. We're going to put a BMS bar and plate intercooler in it. It's going to replace the OEM at the OEM location. Now listen, from my research, all these bar and plate intercoolers perform pretty close to one another, so you can't go wrong either way with that. As long as they have cast ends, you're great. So you know, I picked this up through this is a BMS unit, and then through ECS I picked up their high flow intercooler pipe kit, and you can see there's boots, and I went with the wrinkle red. They make a wrinkle black as well. I wanted to just add a little bit of color to help this thing pop under the hood where you do see it, which isn't going to be that noticeable, but still, for me, I wanted to make it pop. I hope you like it. I can't say thanks enough to the guys at ECS. I have been utilizing these guys for parts since I started servicing this car when I first brought it home. So, like I said to you, you know, you can see there's some parts on here. I bought the, I have one of the first things I did was put a catch can on it from BMS or Burger Motorsports. I bought that from ECS. Then I started I bought a kit from them with to modify the cold air intake. It came with a high flow filter. It came with the larger diameter, higher flowing intake inlet pipe going into a turbo inlet pipe at the bottom. I've gone ahead and made some other modifications. Again, if you're looking to, if looks aren't as important to you as performance, and you want to retain your stock intake for about 40 bucks, you can modify your stock intake to outflow pretty much 95% of the market. And that's no joke. It's the real deal. And when I modified this, it was flowing so much air that the aftermarket tuning in the car could not keep up with it, and it was throwing a check engine light. It was flowing too much air, which says a lot about the modification. So there's videos on there on maintenance, and enough said. I gotta shut up here. Let me turn this around, and I gotta tell you, I'm so excited. I need to shut up. I need to get to work, and I need to share with you in this experience. I am not going to go through step to step on how you remove that intercooler. There's plenty of videos out there to show you how to do so, but I do want to go through it. I want to show you that, you know, I want to share my excitement tearing the car apart, putting the parts on the car, putting it back together. And I chose to go with Integrated Engineering. I bought their Stage 2 ECU TCU tune, and I'm excited to download that into the car and really see what this thing can do. Okay, so we went ahead and we pulled the air box out, and let me tell you, that just presses in. There's 3 spots. So let me show it to you. I have it backwards. There's one spot, there's one spot, and there's one spot right there. They just press in. So you just pull on it and it pulls out. And then I went ahead and I removed that, and you can see right there's the charge pipe. Now, in order to get to the charge pipe, right, to change it, the kit comes with not only the charge pipe, but there's a boot here as well that I'm trying to point to. So to get to that, right, the screw is actually facing where my finger's at, facing towards the firewall. So to do that, I had to disconnect the hoses to the catch can. I had to pull the turbo inlet pipe off as well. As you can see, that's now gone so that I have access down there. So I really have to take a lot off. And there's the performance, again, by ECS tuning. There's the performance intercooler. And you can see a little bit of oil. Not a lot, just a little bit there. Car actually is clean. It's good. I've had cars that had a lot of oil blow by, so that's kind of cool. But here's where we're at. Let me show you the next step. Okay, so here's where we're at. Like I said, there's a video if you're not sure of how to put the turbo inlet pipe on and all that. I've got videos already talking about the intake and all that stuff there. So once I took that all off back here, like I said before, it left me have access, and I've gone ahead and I pulled it off. There's a rubber boot back here, and the hardware was facing that direction. So I've gone ahead and I've loosened that up, there's a wires are connected right here, so you have to pry that out. I ended up popping that off. It actually broke, which is no big deal. I'm not going to reuse it anyway. And then I went ahead and I took, because a lot of the videos show having access to headlights, so I went ahead and I just was literally 3 screws per side. I took the structural supports out, and I took the top loose here. So I have this all, and again, here's some hardware. I've got the grill ready, I believe, to come out, but I want to go ahead and I'm going to double check everything, and then we'll come back, and hopefully at that point I'll be able to pull the grill. Okay, so we're ready to pull the grill out, and I got to tell you, you're just going to pull up here on the corner, lift it up, and I believe, there you go. You lift up on the corners and pull forward, and then just lift up, and it comes right out. Now, what I wanted to show you is this car has to be put up in the air to access the underneath, pull the front wheels off so you can get to the points in the wheel well here to allow you to first of all remove the inner wheel liner far enough that you can access what you need here to hold the front nose on. And I could have put it in the lift there and put up in the air, made it easy for myself, but I wanted to show you at home that you can do this without a lift. Because let me tell you, I'm 45 years old, and for the first 43 years of my life, I didn't have a lift. So, you know, I did everything on the ground, and that's how Boosted Tag does it, and everybody else I know is doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep going, and I hope you can appreciate just how much work goes into just taking one of these apart. All right, guys, so Boosted Tag, I had to call in reinforcements here. I didn't want the video either. And yeah, this is where we're at. Okay, and I was gonna film you certain steps, but quite honestly, there's a number of videos out there. This is not something that I would say to you. We tackle a lot of stuff here, don't we, Jimmy? Yeah. This is not a easy project.
It's not a beginner project.
It's not a beginner project. You got to take the front nose off. All the parts are lying there. Trying to get the factory intercooler out. But let me tell you, what a difference in the thickness of the intercoolers. Jim's going to show you the difference in the core thickness. And I know that it's hard because you have this piece on here, but realistically, that's all the wider right there that is. So this is, you estimated about 40% more?
Probably 40.
Yeah.
About 40%, I'd say.
So that's pretty huge. And I'll tell you the other big difference.
It also has really tight fins compared to the factory.
See how big the gap is on the fins? Look how tight they are there too. That's going to make a huge difference. And let me zoom in case you're not sure what we're looking at here. Do you see how tight the distance is between the fins? Now look at the factory. See the difference here? And how wide apart these are? Okay, so that will make a huge difference. Let me back this back out. And then
cooling capacity.
Yeah, and then we started to put the piping on, and I went with red, and I'm so glad I did, because I think that's a little bit of color is just gonna help make it pop, and I'll probably do some accents to this or something just to help tie it all together. But I got to tell you, this piping, this is what's coming out. You're seeing on the car, okay? This diameter right here, this is really cool, really good stuff. Now look at the factory. Look how they choked this down. This is just crazy, right? Look at this, the difference. When you look,
dent here.
the dent, it's all flat, it's flat. Now listen, it does get smaller right in here because you have the turbo, you have no choice. That's the what you're dealing with at the turbo. But as you can see, from the second you come out the turbo, it's a huge difference. And you can see that.
Even here, they give us a silicone boot that's a lot bigger and smoother.
And this is on the coming out, going through to feed the engine itself. And so this is coming off the turbo, and this is feeding the air once it's been cooled. Okay, so here we are. We stopped last night. I came back at it today. This is a time-consuming project. I'll tell you why. The pipe here, you have to take your pipe on and off. You have to play with your fitment to get your boots and everything just right. Get your clamps pointed in the right direction. So, I mean, there's a little bit of work that goes into play. But as you can see, now I realize you're going to be able to see just this pipe here. You really don't notice the red down underneath there. But it's a nice clean project. I need to put the turbo inlet back on it. I need to put the hook up the catch can yet. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll go through that. But as you can see, the front end is back on the car. And we put the belly pan on. Everything's buttoned up. Put the wheels back on the car. The liners and the wheel wells are back on. So bear with me here. We'll try to get this finished, and then we'll start to put the tune in the car. Okay, guys, so here we are. We've downloaded, or we're in the process of downloading in high torque 93 octane tune into the car through integrated engineering. And just you buy a dongle from them that plugs into your OBD2, and it comes with the cable, and I think it's a Type C that you come up here, it plugs right in, and you download some software, and then unfortunately you do have to plug it into the car for it to recognize the purchase, and you go through this whole thing where you accept the credits and you pick the tune you want and the whole deal. But overall it wasn't that difficult. So I'm excited. I'll let you know here in a moment what my thoughts are. I'm going to do the TCU tune after this, and then we'll go from there. I got the ECU tune, trainee tune in the car, and I wanted to show you it's back together. And I went ahead and I added this engineering, IE engineering sticker. As you can see, if you don't know what you're looking for, this looks like a very stock car. And I like that in a way. I am going to try to match the red and do an accent on here, I think. But overall, I'm happy with how it turned out for now. Went back together, no extra parts, nothing that I felt like was a concern. My gaps are all clean. I like it. So now for the test drive. Who knows? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to wait for this car in front of us to turn, and I'm going to walk in this thing just like I did before. 24 mile an hour normal drive mode. Holy shit. This thing is a, excuse my French, fucking animal. Woohoo! Wow! And that's not even like launching it hard. Oh my goodness! Woo! This thing is nasty. Wow! Alright. So, let's see if we can't give you a better impression, maybe from let me try race mode just for shits and giggles. Let's see what that does. I'm gonna change my mode up here, going from normal to race. We're gonna also turn off the traction control, so there's no deterrence pulling power. And let's just see what this will do. I'm just curious myself. Oh boy, this thing has some balls, let's put it that way. Holy cow. Well, I'm impressed beyond belief. I'm in track mode. She's downshifting here. She's letting me know she's ready to go. No traffic coming. Let's see if we put it into sport mode. What she'll do here. Wow. Wow. She spins in first. So I will give you that heads up. She does spin in first. And now I'm in the wet. I don't know that she would spin in the dry, but I'm definitely spinning in first. I might have to take the RPM, the shift. I think I'm leaving at 3,800. I may have to drop that down to 36 and give that a try. Because obviously if you lose traction, game's over. It's not gonna work for you. So we're making so much more power than stock. I put it at 38 because that's where it was at originally when it was stock. That's not happening any longer. So wow, I mean, just to give you an idea, I don't know if you can see my speedometer here or not, but I'm gonna squat my head down here so you can see it. But just to give you an idea, I'm gonna put it in sport mode to give you an idea how quick she accelerates. So we're gonna go 45. I mean, it's no time flat. I mean, this car is freaking redonkulous. All right, so there you have it. Man, what a lot of work. I cannot stress that enough. Listen, I've got videos on how to modify and do some of the work in here. But that intercooler, wow. You know, I'm a fairly knowledgeable person. We do a lot of stuff in here in the garage. And I can tell you that it was, I bet you, this is the first time we ever did it. We had 8 hours in it. So, and I had to call in for an extra set of hands because there are certain things that, quite frankly, you needed 2 sets of hands for. So, you know, I would say to you this: if you want to try tackling this entire project at home, it's doable. I'm not going to show you all the steps. There are a couple channels out there that you can look up the steps to a Mark 7 GTI or Golf, and the Golfs are a little different from the GTIs, but I think you can figure out how to fill in the gaps there to get this job done. I know we did. With that said, though, you know, I'm going to give you a link in the description part of this video. I want you to go there. I'm going to give you links to everything that was purchased for this car through ECS Tuning. You hit the link. You want to go see. Say you want to go look at intercoolers. Hit the link. It will take you to intercoolers portion of ECS Tuning, and it will let you take a look at pricing and compare some of the different intercoolers on the market. And that's just one example. So please take advantage of my work. I'm going to go through the time to give you all these quick links. Go ahead, please. Feel free to use them. One other thing. I can't say it enough. Performance by IE. Wow. You guys are awesome. You know, I was able to do it all right here in my garage. Download the tune, download the ECU tune, download the TCU tune. I was able to play with the TCU tune. I started with 3,800 launch, ended up going back and down to 34. I was spinning all fours. That's how much power the car is making. Phenomenal. What an animal. Man, I had a blast. I want to give a shout out to my uncle and to Boosted Tag for giving me a hand throughout this project. As always, you know, don't be afraid to try some of this at home, and hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, I look forward to reading your comments. And please share my videos, and you know, tell your friends about my channel. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great time. Driven to Compete channel. Until next time, watch, like, subscribe. Have a great day.